With the laws of Hashavat Aveda, and here we have something that historically in Rhodes we had, and throughout Europe also as well. What happens if, when at war, properties were abandoned or confiscated from people, and now after many years, their heirs, their children and grandchildren are coming back and trying to claim back these properties. So it's a whole discussion, and normally we see throughout the world that the governments are willingly return properties to the grandchildren or family of those that have left the country at war. The question is, what happens if everyone in the family forgot about it, and only that one grandchild comes in and says, "I'm going to go file the paperwork, I'm going to fight, I'll hire lawyers, and we'll claim the property." None of the other grandchildren cared about it or believed that they could, and only this one did. So this one is saying, listen, this thing was lost. You guys didn't care about it. You never believed that you can get it. You didn't do anything to retain the property back to the family. I'm the one that worked. I believed in it. I went to get it. I have full ownership, and I'm claiming full ownership over the property. While the other ones are saying, listen, it's nice that you did the job. We'll pay you for your time, but it belongs to the family. And so what is the halakha? So on the one hand, we can say, like we said the previous days, of zuto shel yam, when you lose, when your camera falls into the ocean, and you gave up on it. So in some respect, this property is lost because it was war, and who knew what was going to happen, and they just gave up on it. And so this one grandchild can claim it to himself or herself. However, on the other hand, you can say no, because if this grandchild had the ability, the legal status of going and reclaiming the property, that means that that the government somehow does hold some sort of, still allows ownership of this family onto the property. And so it's not that the property has long been gone, because they have returned it. So in a way, it always did belong to the family. And so the question here is, if they have to share it or not, or if he has to share rights to the property, whether or not you say that you can give up on a property, whether or not you say that you can steal a property. If you leave your home for a year and you come back and somebody's living in your home, they'll say, well, you weren't here. We tried to find you. Can you steal a property? So the idea is that karka ena nigzelet, you cannot steal land. Land always has a name. There's always people that know who live there. And it's a whole discussion in the Gemara. However, it's based on an argument in the Gemara, and it seems as if the property belongs to the entire family, and they all have to share the family. The entire family has to share rights in the property. But in many cases, it is considered that, I mean, the one grandchild can theoretically have a claim to themselves for the property. And the difference here is, just like we said before, if the person claiming the property, just like the person finding an object that they don't really have to return, if they're poor, if they're needy, it looks like they can keep it. But if they're equivalent to everyone else in their financial status, then the right thing would be to split the property amongst everyone in the family. And a beautiful